Hey guys, Nuka here. In this video today I'm going to show you how you can store your instant grits for long-term storage. I love grits. Grits are great. I also think grits are probably one of the better foods to store for a stuff hit the fan situation. Reason being, especially instant grits, all you need is water. Well, technically you need boiling water, but as long as you can get boiling water, you have food to eat. The grits containers you see here, they're 1 pound containers. I bought at Walmart for $2 each. Very cheap, and yes, you can find cheaper deals. If we take a look at what the manufacturer has, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says the best buy or best before date is August 16, 2015. So these basically have a year shelf life. So in order to store instant grits for long-term storage, there are 4 basic things you need. Just 4 basic things you need. Number 1, you obviously need the grits. Number 2, you need Mylar bags. Number 3, you need oxygen absorbers. And then number 4, you need some type of searing heat. Those are the 4 basics that you need. The other ones that I recommend you do as well will be number 5, food grade bucket with a lid. Number 6, duct tape. Number 7, Sharpie. Number 8, scissors. Number 9, a rubber mallet. And then number 10, a pail lid opener, which I have video on my channel about a pail lid opener. Basically just helps you open the lid for the pail. There is also a number 0. A lot of my subscribers have been posting on the videos saying, hey Nuka, why don't you freeze it first? Why don't you freeze it first? Is there anything wrong with that? My answer to that is no. I don't think there's anything wrong with freezing your grains first. Yes, you can freeze them first if you want to, but just be forewarned, I've done some research on it. If you're worried about the weevils, corn weevils, rice weevils, you name it, they can still appear after freezing. Granted, if you want to freeze it, do it. Me personally, I don't. I believe the oxygen absorbers inside the Mylar bags will be good enough to kill any bugs, and I'm not really concerned with that. But if you are, by all means, add in another step, freeze it for at least 72 hours, let it thaw out, and then go ahead and store it like how I'm about to show you. Now I'm going to go ahead and bag up the grits, and the bag I'm showing you right now is the 1 gallon Mylar bag that I've purchased off of Amazon. Basically, take your grits as you would think. And I do kind of look through the grit first to see if there's anything in it. I don't usually see anything. And I'll just pour it in the bag. I'm just going to keep filling this up until I get to a very comfortable spot for me. So it's probably going to take, hopefully, all the containers. We'll see. Okay, still put some more in it, so I'm going to put a 3rd one. And I'll just kind of set it up, see what I think. It feels pretty good. I'll go ahead and put the 4th one in there as well. You can tell we still got some space. And I try not to waste the Mylar bag if possible. And these 1 gallon bags usually do fit about 5 pounds of food comfortably. It just depends on what it is. There we go. Feels pretty decent. So now that you have your bag filled up, it's time for the oxygen absorbers. The next step to do now that we have our bag full of the grits is we're going to take our oxygen absorbers for the appropriate size bag. For me, 1 gallon, appropriate size oxygen absorber is 300 cc's. If you're ever confused over that, basically if you buy the combo pack from Amazon, everything's already set up for you and they kind of take all the math out for you. But when you get your oxygen absorbers ready, you also need to have your heat on standby. Reason being is I like to reuse Mylar bags for my oxygen absorbers so I don't waste them all in one go. So I'm going to open this up, take out an oxygen absorber, drop in the grits, and I'm going to seal it up with this hair straightener over here. So go ahead and get that started. And of course, this is where the scissors come in hand. These are my oxygen absorbers, 300 cc's. Just going to grab one absorber, and I'm just going to drop it right into the bag, just like that. Now, it's a race against time. You don't have to be too crazy, but you know, you don't want them sitting out too long. Then once you have enough clearance, you're just going to go ahead and take your heat source and just melt it down. There we go. Now that we have the oxygen absorber and the grits inside of the Mylar bag, it's time to seal the bag. Again, you need some type of searing heat. I'm going to use this hair straightener here to seal this up. There's a number of things you can use. You can use an iron. I mean, anything you can think of to get you that hot heat. But you basically just want to clamp it down. As you can see here, the bag is singeing, which is a good thing. We just want to make sure we get a nice and complete solid seal around the bag. We don't want any oxygen missing out at all. And if you can see right here on the side here, you'll see this little notch. This notch here is our tearaway notch. So we definitely want to seal above this. That way, whenever we need it, we just need to do a little tear and we have access to our foods. I'll do a test upside down, make sure no grades are coming out. I'll fill in the air. There we go, that's pretty solid to go. So those were the 4 basic steps needed to secure your own food for long-term storage. Now about the other steps, for instance the Sharpie and duct tape. If you look here, you'll see with the Sharpie and duct tape we can write on there the actual food ingredient, such as expiration dates, which grits, when properly stored, can last you at least 15 years. If properly stored, can last you at least 15 years. Me personally, I always like to side on the safer side of caution, so I always add in a little buffer there. So I'm saying anywhere from January 2025 to 2030, these instant grits are still good. So that's what your Sharpie and duct tape is for. The scissors, if you recall me mentioning scissors, that is so you can actually grab the things off the packages, such as our nutritional facts. You might want to know that. You're probably not going to have that memorized whenever you actually need this stuff. As well, a couple other things you may want. You can have directions on how to cook it in case for some reason you forget how to do those things. And the last couple steps I talked about was getting a food grade bucket and a pail lid opener and also a rubber mallet. And you know, a lot of people will say, hey, you know, why do I need to get a food grade bucket? Why can't I get just a regular bucket? Yes, you can get a regular bucket. There's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I like the food grade. It's cheap. For a food grade bucket and the lid from Lowe's is like $5. So I say, why not get the food grade bucket? Plus, if for some reason you don't have any more Mylar bags and you got to store a food in a bucket, I'd much rather it be in a food grade bucket than a regular bucket. Anyways, that's another conversation for another time. I just want to show you guys that you can actually store your own grits for long-term storage. Like I said, it should last you anywhere from 10 to 15 years if properly stored. Make sure you do your research. I hope this video was information to y'all, and I'll see y'all around. Later.